Hi everyone, Sarah here with the paper cut. Thank you for joining me for the volume event today. We are going to be working with our Gnome Craftalong if you pre-ordered it. So I just want to get one thing out of the way right away. We had a little bit of a kitting blunder. The picture shows the inner stair step card. Everybody received the outer stair step card. So I did rework my sample to do an outer stair step card after nearly having a panic attack this morning. But I made it work because that's what we do as crafters. We just kind of work with what we have. But I also wanted to make it right with you guys. So if you place an order, I am going to send you this Oops, We Made a Mistake pack. And it's got 2 of the correct card in it and something sparkly. If you place an order, I will just automatically add this into your order. I have a list of who ordered Craftalong kits. If you're not ordering and you want the correct card, just shoot me a message and I will send you one in the mail. Okay, but it'll just be one card to replace your wrong card. So anyways, and if you order the Gnome kit after today, it'll have both an inner and an outer because I'm just going to shove the inners into those. So anyways, we are going to start though with our Gnome card. So if you pull out your Gnome card, and before we start the card, while you're getting yours out, I'm just going to show you what we have for a Gnome kit. So we have this paper only kit. This is a 25 count kit, so it's got all of the paper in it to make 25 of the cards. This is the paper only in case you have Gnome stamps and you just want to use your own stuff. So that's one of the options. We have 3 options. We have the paper only. We have the paper with the Gnome words in case you already have the Gnome stamps. We have a paper with the Gnome words. This is a limited edition stamp, okay? Or we have a whole big complete set. The stamps and dies, the cute little gnomes and the dies are from Rubbernecker, but we do have a complete set that has the 3 gnome stamps, the 3 gnome dies, the word stamps, and all of the paper. So that's what we have available for this Gnome card, the Slimline one. So anyways, get out your, I'm moving my stuff, get out your Slimline card. We're going to come down onto the table and we're going to get everything out. And then we're going to go through making the Slimline card first because that one will go the quickest. And then we're going to go to the step card in which I'm going to demo some of the different step dies for how to make your own. So anyways, first things first, you have your text insert, which text inserts are nice because they fit on the inside of your card and then you can write on them. So you're going to fold your text insert in half. To attach your text insert, I always put tape right on both sides of my score. So just a little bit. If you tend to put tape all the way around, you sometimes get buckling. So what I like to do is just put a little bit of tape on both sides of my score. Then I hold it at a 90-degree angle, which I can't do left-handed. I hold my text insert folded, and then I just kind of set it right into the score. So I set that in, and then I just fold it in half. So then my text insert is attached to the front and the back of the inside of the card. So that's the inside of the card, super easy. Then we have our layer and our overlay. Now, so I didn't have to go and stamp all of these. I gave you just a little swatch. You're just going to put a little bit of tape on the back of your overlay and attach your swatch in the bottom window. So I'm just going to put a little bit of tape on the inside edge of my window. This is our Sour Apple Slimline window overlay. Then I'm just going to attach that. Now you're going, oh, we got a question.
Do the cards need extra postage?
They do not need extra postage. They're kind of like a business number 10 envelope, but they're actually called a number 9. So it's slightly smaller than your business side. So now you're going to take your gnomes and you're going to arrange them in the windows. So if this little guy I want to put in here, you might need to cut his feet off. Okay, so just put a little bit of tape behind where you want to attach him and put him in there however you want, and depending on if his feet are sticking out, you might need to snip his feet off. Depending. That's up to you. If you want his feet sticking out, that's fine. You do whatever you want with your little gnome guys. Then you're going to flip it over, put a little bit of tape, you know, where you want to attach your other gnome. So now we're going to attach him in the window. Depending on where he's going, again, you might need to snip his toes off. And then we're going to attach, you can either attach this, your window overlay, to your layer and then to your card, or you can attach your layer to your card and then your window overlay. You could pop this guy up if you wanted. I'm not, I'm just going to attach him flat, but then I'm going to take a little bit of foam tape behind my gnomes just and raise them up just a little bit. So let's do that really quick. Put tape on your layering swatch. And while I'm taping, I'm just going to tape behind my overlay. When you're doing this at home, you won't have this extra little square because you can just stamp right through the window. Oops, there we go. Okay, so I'm just attaching that. Then I'm attaching my overlay. And then I'm just going to use a little bit of foam tape behind my gnomes to just pop them up just a little bit. And then I'm going to use foam tape behind this guy also. So I'm just going to keep talking. You guys can finish assembling. For your Believe, which we have right here, this I can't cut that small on my trimmer, so I did just kind of hand trim that out. And you don't have to. You could stamp right on your overlay if you wanted to. So instead of having a white little swatch there, if you wanted to stamp right on that green overlay, you could. If you stamped and you messed up a little bit, you could always then use a piece of white paper and attach your Believe. So I just attached my Believe right there, and then I attached my gems, which you guys got your gems with you also. So while you're assembling, I'm going to go on to our stair step cards and talk more about those so I can show you how to use our stair step dies. We have another question.
We have 2 questions about the gnomes.
Okay.
Someone asked if you sell the gnomes.
I do not sell the gnomes separately. Those are from Rubbernecker. I do have the gnomes in the complete kit. So you can get the gnomes in the complete kit with their matching dies. I don't sell them separately though. If you want just the gnomes, then you'll go to rubbernecker.com.
And then is that what then that kit was called? It's just the complete kit?
Yes, this kit is called the complete kit. So if you go to our website, if you just type in gnome, you'll find the complete kit, the paper only kit, or the paper only with the clear set. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to our stair step card. And again, in your kit, or the picture for the kit shows the inner stair step card. The inner step card has your steps running up the inside. We had our kitting blunder and we put the outer stair step card in there. So I just got it to work the same. We're going to go through the folding of those first, and then I'm going to go through and show you some die cutting. So for folding, we have these. They basically fold the same. I'm just going to leave these set up here. And I'm going to grab a blank one. So the folds are Mountain Valley folds. By a mountain fold, oops, I mean this fold. By a valley fold, I mean this fold. So anyways, I usually fold my card in half first, and that's our regular A2 card. Then there's a couple different ways you can do this, and I'll show you both ways with the inner and the outer. But I normally, this is our mountain fold, and it's our main fold going across, which is right here. Then I would normally pull this down and make it opposite, because the one with our steps is always opposite of our card base. So this is a mountain, this is a valley. Then I know it's mountain, valley, mountain, valley. So if this is a valley, I know this one back here is a mountain. I know this one's a mountain, and then I'm just gonna valley, mountain. And then just fold it nice and flat. If you have a bone folder, that would be helpful just to kind of smush your folds down a little bit. So let me show you again. So this is the outer. The outer and the inner both have the exact same folds. It's just placement of the steps. So one more time, but this time I'm gonna do it on our inner. And so you're gonna fold it in half, and that's our main fold. And I was telling you that there's another way you can do it. Like I said, I normally pull down here, but some people will just start right in the front or right in the back. And if you start in the front or the back, it's a mountain fold. So mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain. So then we have our inner step card. Again, take a bone folder and flatten those out a little bit. So you can see my two cards that I did. This one is a little bit older and will stand up a little bit nicer. This one will tend to splay out a little bit because I just did it this morning. So anyways, question.
Do you sell the word stamps alone and not in the kit?
The word stamps right now, because they're a limited edition, only come with the paper kit. So if I have enough requests for them, I will order a whole nother batch of them. But right now, they're just with the kit, and depending on the requests, then I may get another batch and then I'll have them available separate. So if you want them separate, go ahead and email me, and I might be putting in another order for them based on demand. So anyways, I'm going to show you, we do have dies that will cut these out. So we have our inner step card and our outer step card dies, and they look like this. They have the points on them. Okay, so I'm going to take these out of the way, my little stands, and I'm just going to grab some cardstock. Okay, so when you're using the step card dies, oh, let's go back one thing. You guys can start decorating your card. So I do have to point out just a couple things about that. Poke out all your little pieces on our little, this is our word layering die set, so poke those out, attach that down. I did pop this gnome up when I layered the words together right here, and this background stamp is also from Rubbernecker, but I layered that with our Absinthe Miri Sparkle. And when I attached that, it is almost all the way down to the score. Okay, so I put that almost all the way down because you don't want to go too much higher than right here or it won't fit in the envelope. Okay, so I attached that, and because I'm using the outer stair step card, I did push it all the way over to this edge just so I could fit this guy on there. These two pieces I popped up with foam tape. These were flat, and I did use a little brush blending right here, so you could take a green ink pad and a sponge or a stipple brush and just add a little green around there if you want to. And then this little guy I popped up with a little bit of foam tape, but you can see I cut his feet off just a little bit down at the bottom because otherwise he was going to be up too tall. And I do have him a hair off the one side, but I think he'll still fit in the envelope. But I did chop his feet off just a little bit just so he could fit on that step. You could always put him too on this back step if you wanted. So you can go ahead and work on attaching all those pieces while I'm showing you how to use the dies. Oh, another question.
We have a request for you to re-show the stairs.
Oh, show how to fold it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And another person asked if you get the pre-made pictures of the gnomes, or do you have to buy the stamps separately?
You do not get the pre-made pictures. Those were just for this craft-along. So you would have to get the stamps either from the complete kit that I have or from the stamps from Rubbernecker. So they don't come pre-colored. Those you would color yourself. So anyways, I'm going to show you how to use the die.
Someone has their stair step card doesn't look the same as yours right now, so I don't know if they got.
That's why I was asking for them.
Okay.
To read.
So it'll be either one of these two. So it might be this outer one that you have in your kit. Okay, I'm going to show you how to die cut both of these, and then after I show you how to die cut them, then I will re-show you how to fold them. Okay, well actually, just let me show you how to fold them again one more time. So I take my card, fold it in half, and then if you have the outer one, you're just going to pull down. So you have a mountain here and a valley here, and then it's mountain valley. So since we have a valley here, we have a mountain, then we have our valley, then we have a mountain, valley, mountain. So that's the fold, and it's the same on both ones. So again, you may have the inner one, because some people may have gotten the inner. You fold it in half. Then this score that's on the steps is opposite. So this is a mountain. We're going to pull that one down into a valley fold. And then it's mountain, valley, mountain, valley. So since this is a valley, we know the next one's a mountain, then a valley, then a mountain. And you're just going to fold those nice and flat. So let me show you how to die cut, and then we will go through the folding again. So for the dies, they have points on them, and they're kind of sharp, but these points, so it cuts on the edges and then it does the 4 scores. You line up the points with the score of an A2 card. So the A2 card is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I just drew a line there where my score is, just so you can see where I'm putting the die. So you line up the die, the points get lined up with the score. I usually hold that in place with a piece of removable tape. Now you can center it, or depending on your stamps, if you have a bigger stamp on one side, you can off-center it. So on our pre-cut ones, it comes centered. So I'm just going to move over here to my die cutter, which I forgot that I didn't. I might need to move it up or down. Oops, I do. I need to adjust the pressure. This is the crossover 2, so you can adjust the pressure on the top. And I did not, I had set up for embossing before, so. And it's still a little bit loose. Oh, I think it's still too loose. Sorry about that. I should have gotten it set up before. Okay, hang on, I think we're almost there. I had a different plate in here before and was embossing, so there we go. Now the pressure's good for cutting. Okay, so it cut, and it's hard to see the scores, but it did cut and score. So for folding again, we're going to fold on the main score. And then, like I said, you can pull this one down into a valley, or you could just start at that front score and do a mountain fold. And then the second one is a valley, and then a mountain, and then a valley, and then the very last one is a mountain. And then you can smush it all down. Again, if you have a bone folder, give it a smush. So, and then we have our fold. I'm going to do it one more time, just for the folds. So when I'm doing the outer stair step one, it's really important you have this cutting rule right here. So you want to make sure that this edge is the edge that runs off your card. If you run the cutting side off your card, then it's not going to cut your step. So you want to have this part that cuts in the center of your card. I usually line it up with my scores and then scooch it just a little bit over so it runs off, and then hold it in place. And then again, I'm gonna run it through my machine. Oh, another question.
People are wondering about your machine.
This is called the Crossover 2. I don't carry it, but it's really nice because you can take the pressure up or down without having to shim. And it also has a nice big platform. I believe Rubbernecker does sell the crossover machines. I, however, do have a metal plate. Like some machines come with a really wussy thin metal plate. This metal plate will never bend on you. So I do have the metal plate in both the big size for the crossover and the smaller size for a big shot. So I do have the metal plates though, just because I use my machine so much. So now we're back to, we have our cut down the middle, and then we have our scores. So again, for folding, fold on your main score. Then I usually pull down. So we have our mountain fold, our valley fold, and then it's just mountain valley. So since this is a valley, we know our mountain is back here. So we have a mountain, valley, then we can talk to ourselves, a mountain. Then we can go to the next one, that's a valley, and then our last one is a mountain. And then we can just fold it nice and flat. So those are how our stair step dies work. Both the inner and the outer work the exact same way. So then we also have two more step card dies, which I don't know if I'll get to both of these, but I'll for sure get to one. These are for, this is the A2 horizontal step card and the A2 vertical center step card. So there are a bunch of these in our sale page pre-done, not the horizontal, but I know this A2 center, and there's also on our sale page, there's the inner and the outer step cards. So, question?
Yes. People are wondering about your code.
Oh, our code.
Your coupon
So let's
code.
go to the specials. So any order over $50 is going to get our Slimline text inserts and also a holiday pack of layers. So the coupon code is GNOME. All you have to type in on the coupon line is GNOME, G-N-O-M-E, GNOME, and you'll, for any order over $50, you'll get the Slimline text inserts and the holiday 65-pound Slimline layers. So we did just get red Slimline envelopes too, and craft Slimline envelopes are new on our website as of this morning. Another question?
Are the inner and outer stair step cards sold? Or the stair step dies?
We do have the stair step dies for all of the dies that we have. They're on our die page.
Oh, are they a set?
Oh, they're not a set. They're all sold separately. So for this one, which is our A2 center step card, it says the directions say to cut your paper 4 1/4 by 11 and then measure up 7/8 of an inch to place your die. I always cut myself a little template so then I don't have to measure each time. So I cut myself a template and I just make sure it's straight. I attach that and then I take my die and line it up with my template and make sure it's centered, and then hold that down with a piece of removable tape. At this point you can take your template off if you want, or it's not going to hurt to leave it on. And you're going to run that through. Now the horizontal one works exactly the same, it's just a different size paper. So these two both fold to the A2 size, but this one is more like a steno card and the other one's more like a horizontal card. So then I can take my die off and my template off. Now this one's a little bit different with the folds. You have 3 scores up here, which I didn't draw on those, but let me draw on them really quick. You have 3 scores, and then you have 2 scores down here, and then we have our slits. So to fold these, the top 3 folds are mountain folds. So mountain, mountain, and then I bring my hands, and you never want to fold all the way across. You always fold on the outer or the inner separately, and then I walk my hands down, and down here it's just a simple mountain valley. So we have our 3 mountain folds, and then down here we have our mountain valley. So 3 mountain folds, and then our mountain valley, and then that just folds nice and flat. So that's our A2 center step card, which is this sample right here. And then we also have our horizontal. That die works exactly the same way. However, your paper, you want to just cut to 5.5 by 8.5. Again, you're going to attach your die or your template. I just keep a template of various sizes handy. Line up your die with your template. Hold it in place with removable tape or washi tape, which I think I moved while I was doing that. And then run that through your machine. Now we're almost running out of time, so I'm just going to finish this last one really quick. So where the kits are on the site, is that the Gnome kits?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The complete and the other.
Okay, so if you go looking for the Gnome kits, you could just type in Gnome, or go to, on the left-hand side, there's die cut cards and kits. Click on that. And then there's card kits, I believe, and then Christmas card kits. So they're under Christmas card kits. And I can attach the link as soon as I'm done talking. I can go in there and I'll attach the link to the Gnome kits. So anyways, again, this one, same fold. We have 3 valley folds on the top. 3 valley folds on the top, and then a simple mountain valley on the sides. And then you fold that one nice and flat. So those are our various stair step cards. I just want to show you a couple other things. We will have other Christmas card kits coming up in August. We have a Christmas card class. So these 3 cards are in our Christmas card class. The class is not posted. It'll be posted sometime over this weekend after I finish.
Can you use the Big Shot with all the dies that you showed today?
Yes, you can use all of the dies in the Big Shot. So the Christmas cards will be available mid-August, along with the Christmas card class. And then we also have, this is something that's fairly new for us, the triple tier slider card. So we have that on our website, triple tier slider card. I'll be demoing that during a craft-along that's coming up in August. This is August 15th. This one is on, this craft-along is on our class page of our website, so you can order this craft-along right now. But we'll be making this card. This is an August 15th event. We'll be making these 2 cards. One of them is this triple tier slider card. And then we also have a Slimline class coming up too. That one will be posted shortly. And these are 2 of the cards in our Slimline class. Another question?
People are wondering if you could quickly show where to attach the extras because theirs aren't lining up right.
Okay, where to attach?
The extra pieces, like the gnomes and the words and stuff like that.
Okay, so for attaching your pieces, I know that this is what's pictured, so it shows a little bit different because that was an inner stair step card. This one's an outer. So you're going to attach your green strip along the bottom, just like on the other one. You'll attach 1 gnome with foam tape. Your words you'll attach to this back step, just like on the other one, except this one you're going to attach closer to the side of the step. Then you're going to attach the words on the circle right in front of it. Kind of put your circle all the way down to your bottom edge. And then your To Be Jolly. So it's 'Tis the Season, To Be Jolly. These I popped up with foam tape. And then this guy, remember I said I had to cut his feet off to get him to sit on that step. So those, that's the gnome inner and outer stair step cards. This one does not come as a kit. You can only get the Slimline card as a whole complete set. And I will go and I will attach that link in just a minute as soon as I get off. So I'll be answering any questions. Again, the code is GNOME, G-N-O-M-E. With a $50 order, you get the Slimline layers and the Slimline text inserts for free. If you place an order, I will send you this We Screwed Up package that has the correct card in it. If you're not placing an order and you want that, just message me and I will send it to you in an envelope in the mail. Otherwise, thank you for joining me today. See you later.